Dynamite. What is it? Who made it? And how was it responsible for the creation of the Nobel Peace Prize? Let's go back to the 21st of October 1833, where in Stockholm, Sweden, a little boy called Alfred Nobel is about to be born.
Growing up, Alfred's family was super broke, and most of his siblings died before reaching adulthood. Alfred's father, Emanuel, struggled in Sweden and was forced into bankruptcy due to his business falling flat on its arse. Following this, he moved to Russia where he invented the veneer lathe, which made the production of modern plywood possible. Probably out of boredom, he began developing the sea mine. Now that Emanuel was stinking rich, Alfred and the rest of the family moved out to St. Petersburg to join him. With all this money lying around, they were able to put him into private tuition and send him off to Hogwarts for 18 months. He exceeded in chemistry and languages, becoming fluent in English, French, German and Russian. At the age of 17, Alfred was sent abroad for 2 years, where he met a lot of noteworthy inventors and scientists. In France, he studied under the famed chemists that had first synthesized nitroglycerin.
Looking back to 1857, we can see Alfred had his fingers in many pies when he filed for the first of hundreds of patents, mostly based around the air pressure, gas and fluid gauges. But he's still eyeing up nitroglycerin's potential as an explosive. Nobel, along with his father and brother, experimented with various combinations of nitroglycerin and black powder. Nobel came up with a way to safely detonate nitroglycerin by inventing the detonator. This allowed him to control the explosion set off from a distance with a fuse. In 1863, Nobel performed his first successful detonation of pure nitroglycerin using a blasting cap made of a copper percussion cap and mercury fulminate. Even with the invention of the blasting cap, the instability of nitroglycerin rendered it useless as a commercial explosive. To solve this problem, Nobel sought to combine it with another substance, diatomaceous earth. He thought this could make it safer for transporting and handling, but it would not reduce its effectiveness as an explosive. He tried combinations of cement, coal and sawdust, but it wasn't working. And finally, he tried a fossilized algae that he'd pinched from the Elbe River near his factory in Hamburg. This successfully stabilized the nitroglycerin into a portable explosive. After its introduction, dynamite rapidly gained wide-scale use as a safe alternative to black powder and nitroglycerin. Nobel tightly controlled the patents, and unlicensed duplicating companies were quickly shut down. A few American businessmen did manage to get around the patent by using other absorbents other than diatomaceous earth, such as resin. Nobel originally sold the dynamite as Nobel's blasting powder, and later changed the name to dynamite, from the ancient Greek word dynamis, meaning power. With dynamite now being known worldwide and by the mainstream media, it started to be used incorrectly, and often just to refer to an explosive almost of any type. TNT is often assumed to be the same as, or confused for, dynamite, largely because of the widespread use of both explosives during the 20th century. This incorrect connection between TNT and dynamite was enhanced by cartoons such as Bugs Bunny, where animators labelled any kind of explosive as TNT, because the acronym was shorter and more memorable, not requiring literacy to recognise that TNT meant bomb. I would remember it as barrels of powder, boxes of TNT, and dynamite for killing Quentin Tarantino. So anyway, how does this string in with the Nobel Peace Prize? Well, after the success of dynamite became widespread, Alfred became somewhat famous, and this is where it began. Unfortunately, Alfred's brother passed away, but the good old mainstream media mistook this for the death of our good friend Alfred, and boy were they harsh. Despite dynamite being created for the use of mining and clearance, when Alfred died, he was slandered for his creation of such a dangerous item. These reports were widely publicised and Alfred saw them. He was so upset to see that this is how people would remember him, he decided to create the Nobel Peace Prize. Using the money he had made from things like dynamite, he created an ongoing incentive and reward to push humanity in the right direction. And to this day, despite not many people knowing this story, most people in the West are aware of the Nobel Peace Prize. So that wraps up all this. Thanks for watching, and I don't know, watch again or don't.